The yellow stickers, flight 1, would you stand on the left or my left side, your right side?
Yeah, right.
So I can kind of count who I have missing. B-17 riders? B-17 riders?
There's one right over there.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Just group.
Hello? Hello? Oh, okay.
Girl next.
We're the only two on the flight. Come on.
Okay. We'll wait till everyone's here. First off, I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting the College Foundation. It's keeping this event going on. It's history. It's why we're all able to do this kind of stuff. Now that I've said that, when we get in the airplane, you're only going to be seated for the takeoff and landing. As soon as we get the wheels up, I'm going to go like this. That means you can get out of your seatbelt and start moving about the aircraft. When you move around the airplane, always hold on to something, because you never know when you're going to hit a lump in the sky. You can't see it. Anything that's painted red, don't touch it. The control cables that go back and forth, don't grab onto those. The bomb bay, if you step on it, 125 pounds, it'll open up. If I touch it, it doesn't, because I'm onward. The catwalk that goes through there, just use the ropes going through there. It's plenty safe to go through there. There's going to be 2 people sitting up with their backs to the pilot. That's 2 seats there. There's 3 seats in the radio room where that little window is right there. And then there's 5 seats back here. So I'm going to just load you. I think there's 9 in the first group. 2 up front, 2 in the middle, and 5 back here. When we get up in the air and you're walking around, where that glass dome is, it's going to be open. So things that you have to remember, there's a lot of wind there. So if you have a hat on, glasses, a camera, toupee, and if you put your head up there, it'll be gone, guaranteed. We lost a hat yesterday. But it's also a real good camera spot to take pictures, so just keep that in mind. Once we get to the point where we're ready to come back, I'm going to start doing this. That means find a seat, any seat, doesn't matter where. Just get your seatbelt in, because we're going to be landing in a couple of minutes. When you get up close to the pilots, you can look over their shoulder and such, but don't try to have a conversation with them, because this is a pretty busy area. They're on the radio a lot. Keep in mind there's other people on the flight, so if you're in a spot that's really cool, there's 8 or 9 other people that want to be in that same spot. So just keep in mind, keep that rotating. We're going to do a hot load, which means when we're done with the first flight, we're going to come in here and reduce the power on the right-hand engines. Somebody's going to come and open the door. You guys will get out, walk behind the wing. Don't try to go forward or take any pictures. When you get clear, the next people will come on, and I'll tell you where to sit. And it's just, if we can kind of do this as expeditiously as possible, less time we're on the ground means more time we're in the air. So, does anybody have any questions?
Where's the bathrooms and the parachutes?
I'm going to answer her question.
Bomb thing that they can't step on, label.
Well, they would have to step off into it. It's not, if they're on the gate, if they're on the center plane, they're not going to have a problem with it.
Thank you.
Open them while they're up there?
No. If you think you're going to get sick, first off, reconsider. But But if it's beyond that point, let me know. There's bags in there, and I'll give you a bag. So with all that said, just you guys, now that you've been briefed, hang out by the tent. Don't go out and go wandering around, because when we come back and we can't find you, we consider it a very generous donation. When we get back, you can take some pictures if you want.
How long does a typical bombing run last? 10 hours? I mean, how long are they in here for?
Anywhere from 6 hours to 14 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it all depends where you are going.
These things can stay in the air for 14 hours, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's stretching it. Going to Berlin was a long way. Okay. The first group just kind of stay right here. The second group, you guys.
14 hours, that's all, Tina. 14 hours in this tin can.
Just sitting in that chair for 14 hours. I want to just look at a guy. The guy that wanted to take out there with flew in that plane.
Do a wave while we're up there?
I don't know why he wouldn't have wanted to be on this plane.
One of the beach clubs.
Do these do carrier landings and takeoffs or not?
I'm sorry?
Did the 17 do carrier landings and takeoffs? No.
No, way
Too
too
big?
wide of wingspan.
Too big?
How many bombs did it carry at a time?
8.
All that for 8 bombs?
Yeah, considering a A1
Well, it
Sky.
was a large group.
I'm sorry.
A large group of bombers.
Yes, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
how they did it. Today, A1 Sky Raider, single engine, single pilot, can carry more bombs, fly higher, further, and faster with one guy. So I mean, it's amazing what we did with these airplanes.
Don't think all the fighters, right?
Well-
All the fighters they had to fight off, right?
Yeah.
Along with everything else that happened.
And also, if you were counting machine guns and you only counted 12, did anybody look at any of that statistics? That this had 13 machine guns on it? The 13th machine gun was where that glass dome is. It was a tuck away.
How did you keep from shooting down other planes that were yours?
You tried to be as careful as you could.
Oh, jeez.
It happened.
How many in the crew?
10.
10.
Later in the war, 9. And that was just because it was getting harder to find volunteers.
You couldn't, the guns were limited in their range, so you couldn't shoot your own wing, I guess?
Right. Yeah, limiters on.
Did you have to be a certain size to get into that?
Yeah, considering the average 5'5" at 120 pounds, that's kind of the average size of everybody.
I'm thinking the tail gun it looks even tighter.
Oh yeah, well, the tail gun and the ball turret were about the same. Yeah, they were tight. But you know that you talk to the guys that did it, they loved it. I'm from California, and I do a stop there. And I had a gentleman for about 10 or 12 years coming out every year. He's died a year and a half ago. But he would sit. I had one of the little tiny chairs, the short chairs. He'd sit back there and tell the stories of it. And it was absolutely hilarious to listen to him, because there's the relief tube is forward of that monitor. And so if you didn't call that you were going to do it, he would get really mad at you, because his whole windscreen would be covered and it would ice over and he couldn't see the whole flight. So he was not totally useless. So if you were going to, you would tell him, he would turn around aft, and then when you were done, he could turn back around. So it was just, some of the things they did was absolutely hilarious. They had to, the pressure that they were under. Okay, we can go ahead and load. What I'm going to do is,
Where do you want to sit, Tino?
you two, father, son. sit right behind the. Are you two?
Yeah, we're all four of us. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with them all the way to the front.
Okay.
Have fun.
Yes, dear. No ladder.
Don't step on that.
Yes, dear. What happened to our ladder?
The ladder's gone.
And then you two go into the radio room or something.
You want to take this?
You have your camera on?
No, I don't. Wait, I do, Zach. Actually, I do have it on.
Okay. Have fun.
Show off.
It hurt my back just watching that. I have to pull up my pants to get ready.
I can see my pants coming down.
Okay. You guys just go ahead. The 5 of you guys are going to be sitting in the back here. So go ahead. Get in and seatbelt
Tino, you're showing.
I'm going the back way. Oops. Oh, this looks real accommodating.
This is it. See, it would look like they folded down. They don't fold down. Real seat belts, whatever they are. They certainly don't fit. I certainly don't fit. My surgeon is seating out. I don't know how they work. I guess that's it. Is there a meal on this one? You gotta be released. It's gotta be released. At least all the way, because
How do you release it?
I don't know. Out here, go.
There you go. How does this work? No, that can't be right.
No, I think it's like this. You go slide. Slides out. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I slide that in. Yeah. I think that's it. You got it.
Why don't I feel that much safer?
You feel that much safer, please?
No, I don't. I'm telling you right now, I'm climbing over these three bastards if I gotta get to the door.
You're not getting in through that turret, I can tell you that. Look at the size of that door. I don't care what he says. Oh, an average guy. Average guy? What's no average guy?
Remember to take your hat off if you stick your head up.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm probably have to hold on to this.
Yeah, you might want to put your hand like this.
That is going to be pretty windy because this is open too. Oh no, it's not.
That's probably the only doctor in here. Listen to that motor. There's really no sound. No sound.
It smells great too, doesn't it? It smells wonderful. I saw. shell casings are on the floor of these things? How many shell casings at the end of a flight? Because these things are...
Yeah, I'm assuming shell casings. That's a good question. I wonder if the shell casing probably just disperse off the ground.
That's what I mean, you know?
Yeah, they probably just pull out. I got to come back home.
If you hit something, you mean business with it.
Yeah.
I would think, though, that if you were on the ground, a lot of these things are landing on the ground somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're small. Never can tell. You got to have a thing for you, too. And the fact that they're firing, they're shooting off the calibers into the
I'd never be able to get back out.
War II. My father was on the other end. He was anti-aircraft.
Really?
He was in the business of shooting them down. Of course, he was Italian, and when he landed in Sicily, he had to stop and visit the relatives.